So we're here in Cary Street, me and Jessica, my fiance. We're both open carrying, which is perfectly legal. We're handing out flyers, and we have had a peaceful encounters as of recently, but except for we just had a lady who was yelling at us because we were open carrying and whatnot, but that's her First Amendment right to say that, so, you know, everything so far is going good, and we're just going to continue walking up Cary Street and handing out these flyers. Okay. We just made our first pass all the way up into Cary Street, all the way forward, and we're going to loop all the way back down again. So we just got done open carrying and handing out flyers in Cary Street, and we had a fun time. There's Jessica right there. And now we're going to go ahead and go home. So it was a very educational experience, and we actually, we had, the last encounter was with an off-duty Richmond police officer, and he totally agreed with what we were doing. And, you know, we had only 2 negative encounters with civilians, but you know what, that's their First Amendment right to do that and voice their opinion, as is our amendment right to do what we're doing. So we're going to go ahead and head on home, alright? In conclusion to the open carry day in Cary Street, Virginia, where me and my fiance carried guns. I was carrying a Springfield Armory XD 45. She was carrying a Taurus Model 85 38 Special, and I was carrying a Mosin-Nagant. In conclusion to the video, some things that weren't captured on the video was, to us recording, was we had some very interesting and nice and positive interactions with the public. Very educational conversations, a lot of ideas rolled around. A lot of people didn't share the same ideas that I had, but it's important to note that that's what makes this country so beautiful and so great, is that people can voice and roll some ideas around. We did have the 2 negative encounters. I was talking to a younger couple, and it was a young black man and a young white man, young black man, young white woman, and they actually had a child with each other. And I wouldn't say elderly black lady, but maybe middle-aged, 40, 50 years old, got all upset and said that we're the reason why people keep on killing each other, and, you know, we're the cause of all the problems. And, you know, that's when my training kicked in, and that's when, you know, what I had been advised from the Richmond Police Department, which was, if we have any negative encounters like that, just walk away. And that's what we did. We tried to talk to her a little bit. She didn't want to listen, and we just walked away. The second one was, I was talking to a couple, 2 ladies. They must have been eating lunch or dinner with each other outside of a restaurant on the corner of Cary Street, near where we were parked. And this lady immediately stopped in her tracks when I started talking about how, you know, people like me and my fiance shouldn't be the ones to blame when it comes to Sandy Hook and all those other things. And, you know, and she stopped, and I offered her a flyer, and she said, no, I don't feel comfortable with the fact that you're carrying a gun. I think it's wrong. And she walked away. But we had a really positive encounter with an off-duty Richmond police officer, and I wasn't able to pass out all the flyers that I wanted to. Jessica was a little timid when it came to passing out the flyers, so I did most of the work. But I think I might come back either tomorrow or next week and do it again while open carrying my long gun, just so I can spread the word around, and I can also gather content and make it so that open carrying of a long gun becomes more commonplace in Virginia, and there's not a stigma attached to it anymore.